So, welcome again to the Bodhicharyavatara. We are going through the 8th chapter, stanza number 39. First, I will read the Tibetan. Jiten de dong parol tong, lepan nam de control shi. De ne su tong chin tong ju, parol ten yal su drup. So here we're talking about how best to let go of our disturbing thoughts or emotions. We talked in the last stanza the gist was given. Now to explain it more. First is how much, too much kind of, one of the three main things, we talked about a lot. I think I should not necessarily take time to say it again, but, the ignorance, aversion, and attachment. So we talked a lot about aversion. Ignorance, we talk about later, because these are very essential and very basic state of mind problems. But here we talk more about attachment, because so how much suffering is caused by too much attachment, too much desire, too much clinging. This is 39. In short, in this and in the worlds to come, desires, the parent of all woe. In this world, killing, bonds and wounds, and in the next, the hells and other pains. So, desire, too much attachment is causing, is parent to lots of problems and difficulties and sufferings for yourself, and then causing it for others too. And this is something, as I said before, difficult for people to understand, and more difficult to work on it. In this world, killing bonds and wounds, in this world, so many people have done, so much killing, like wars, because of desire, because of greed, because of wanting, sometimes, they want to conquer another country or another nation or another region. Sometimes they want to get the wealth of these other people. Sometimes they want to get people like, a queen, or, there has been lots of wars because of a beautiful lady, etc. Because of something that you too much want, or too much desire, or too much, and of course, our greed and our desire has no end. If we have one, we need two. If you have two, we need four. If we need 4, we need 10 and 100 and 1,000, and the greed can never be quenched, because it is, as long as we don't do something by ourselves to get rid of this greed, or to make ourselves cultivate such kind of contentment from within. Greed cannot be filled by having, by getting, by accumulating. The greed cannot be. So therefore, because of greed, there's been so much wars, and conflicts, and killings, and bindings, killing and torturing others, and injuring others, and hurting others, and in the process hurting yourself, and getting yourself wounded, or getting yourself bound, and getting yourself killed. All this, so much things have happened because of this. Too much greed, too much attachment, too much wanting. And not only that, not only in this life, but because of that strong negative emotion, then it creates aggression, it creates jealousy, it creates pride, it creates every kind of negative actions. And then when you do that, when you indulge in these negative actions of harming everybody, and cheating everybody, and oppressing, and doing and using anything and every means to get it, like they say, it's not a good thing. They say that anything is fair in love and war. How can anything be fair in war, love and war? But people take it like that. People do anything. People do any negative things through, in order to get what you like, or what you. It's not love. It's attachment and desire. It's nothing to do with love. And then also the wars are corrected by this. So therefore, if there's a negative karma you create, then there will be negative results. So therefore, health, hunger, gosurim, you accumulate so much negative actions and negative karma also because of this. So therefore, it is very bad. It could create negative karma that will make you bring immeasurable suffering for many, many lives to come. So therefore, it can, in the next, the hell and other pains, and many other pains can create. And then 14. Now, here there's some stanzas about, too much desire for, like sexual desire, or desire for your lover, or loved one, like in the kind of, and this is basically addressed. Of course, this some people say, "Oh, I don't like Shantideva because he says very bad things about the woman, about women and ladies." But it's not exactly like that. This teaching was given in the Nalanda University at that time. And in Nalanda University, I think most of the students, maybe maybe not 100%, but lots of the students were monks, and maybe young monks also. And therefore, the example is, their attachment. A person was, the girls, the boys like girls, except very few kind of extraordinary people. And girls are attached to boys. That's natural. It is said, Guru Padma Sambhava said in many places, that for a man, the most beautiful sight is the body of a girl or a woman. The most beautiful sound is the sound of the woman. The most beautiful, sound, a touch, a smell, everything. And in the same way, for the woman, the most, beautiful sight is body of a male, and same with all the sound and touch and smell and everything. That's the way it is. It's like that. And so therefore, of course, the family, family is a very important institute, very important unit, and it's a very beautiful also. If it is loving and balanced family, it's the best kind of circumstance or situation in the world, in the samsara. The people who love each other, who care for each other, come together, they make a family, they raise their children, they look after them lovingly and kindly, and then teach them how to love people, how to care for each other, how to respect each other. And then, that is the nucleus of all societies in the world. And that, if a family is a good family, and a loving family, and a balanced family, and and a wise kind of family, then you have, if there's many of these families, that makes a community a very positive community, peaceful, joyful, happy, loving, and balanced and harmonious, society, community. And therefore, if that becomes more and more, then the society becomes like that. That's the most important and most, the exemplary thing. And it is very important, I think, that we need to try to understand and try to maybe study and try to, create a harmonious, wise and balanced family. This is, of course, partly talking to the monks who have renounced the family, renounced the world, and want to devote their life for their enlightenment, so that they can just focus on that, and then help people and society through that. That's also a good thing. That's also very noble, very good way if it is done in a good way. But then, in order to do that also, because people cannot be, even if I want to become a renounced person, if I want to, devote my life on Dharma and practice, things like that, everybody has negative emotions and attachment and desire and things like that, and it becomes a very strong challenge. It becomes a very strong challenge to work on it, and so therefore it is very important to have some methods, some ways, some understanding on how to deal with that. Now what is talking about here is also about that, but also about other things, because even if you are not a monk, but say like many times in this society, in order to have a good family, a loving family, you also have to have some control of yourself. Because you have your wife, you have your husband, you need to love that person, care for that person, and focus on that person, and not only on your desire, because we always see and meet more beautiful, more attractive, more something more glittering, always, and then you go after that, and you leave your husband, your wife, just because you see another person who is a little more, beautiful or younger or, richer or more talented or, a little bit, better in many different, whatever way and think that will bring lots of happiness and and then it doesn't, it's not like that. It is, and so therefore, we need to understand deeply that we need to control, we need to learn how to not attracted by everything that is, that is attracting and that is, looks more beautiful or looks more nicer or looks more enchanting. And for that, we need to work on that, because there are always, more beautiful things, more nice things, more. And then if you fall into every of these traps, then we destroy not only our family, we destroy not only our children, but we destroy ourselves. I've met people who have married like many times, 4 or 5 times. And I asked them, why you married so many times? He said that, when I divorced my first, husband or wife, and found the next one, I thought it will be different, it will be nicer, it will be, better. But then soon I found that it's same. It is not better. So, I left that and went for another one, and that was similar. It's different in other one or 2 things, but many same with, we can never get totally happy because of one person or something like that. Nobody can totally satisfy us and totally make us happy. Only way that we can bring happiness totally is ourselves, from within ourselves. So therefore it is very important to understand that, because otherwise, we can't even be a good, family person, good householder. We have to, when we get married, then both yourself and your husband or wife will get, aged, all kind of positive side and negative side, you will see, and nobody is perfect, and things like that, and then there will be problems and difficulties, and then you think that if I have somebody else, and then you go for it. It's not the solution, It creates too much problem and too much suffering for everybody. So therefore also you need to reflect on these things and understand and react in that way. That would become very wise, So, I think only one, was it one or two stanzas? Thank you.